Good evening, everyone. This is Rubber. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Fall Classic. The 1983 Pennant Race is on the air. Today's date is September 24th, 1983. This is the final day of the Pennant Race. The final week begins on Friday. We are at Riverfront Stadium for a spoiler game between the San Diego Padres and the Cincinnati Reds. The Padres come into this game a record of 77-76. The Reds are 72-81. They are already out of the postseason. Let's take a look at the standings here today. We'll start with the National League West. The Atlanta Braves have clinched that division, and they are right now the number 2 seed. They are only one game back of the Montreal Expos for the number 1 seed in the National League. So there's still something to play for them. The Los Angeles Dodgers, the Houston Astros, and the San Diego Padres, 3 teams within a game of each other fighting for 2 spots. The Astros are suddenly in this as they came out of nowhere, and now they're ready to play. The Padres are right now actually in 4th, 1/2 game back of the Astros. So this game tonight is important for the Padres than it is for the Reds. In the National League East, the Montreal Expos have a game lead on the Phillies, trying to win that division. Both teams are in the postseason. Montreal and Philadelphia are in the playoffs. The Pirates, 4 games under 500. They cannot lose any more than 1 more, or the Pirates will be eliminated. So right now, the Pirates cannot lose another game, cannot lose 81 games, or they are done. In the American League, the New York Yankees' magic number is 3 to clinch the American League East. The Baltimore Orioles are second place, 7.5 back. The Tigers only have a 1-game lead on the Brewers for 3rd place. So very important going on here in the American League East. In the American League West, the Chicago White Sox have clinched that division. And it looks like they're not going to catch the Yankees. So the Yankees are not only going to have the number 1 seed, the American League, the World Series is going to go through Yankee Stadium. The Texas Rangers are at 500 as of now. The Oakland Athletics are 2 games under 500. They are alive. California now 6 games under 500. They cannot lose 1 more or they are eliminated. So that is what happens. A very big game here on the board and a very big couple of days in 10-minute ticker. And, of course, we're going to only 1 game per 1 day of baseball starting Friday. But let's see what happens tonight in this game between the Padres and the Reds. Midlife Crisis and David Vega are first to join us here at Riverfront Stadium. The Reds historically won this game 3-2. The Reds had 6 hits and an error. The Padres had 6 hits and no errors. Because of the 3-2 score, both pitchers actually did very well, and both pitchers are going to be rated as A pitchers tonight. So we'll see what happens here as we get ready for tonight's game. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds tonight is Bruce Berenyi. 9 wins, 14 losses, a 148 whip. He will be an A pitcher tonight. We're going to use red, white, and white dice. Reds are the home team. If everyone is set and ready to play, it is time to play some Fall Classic Baseball. The fast action cards are to my side when needed. Let's get things going. Leading off for the Padres, the left fielder, Bobby Brown. 267 average, 5 homers, 22 RBIs. A good crowd here at Riverfront, hoping to play a little spoiler against the Padres here. So let's see if the Reds can spoil the Padres' fun. Reds are out of it already. Padres would like a win to get to 2 games above 500 as they're still chasing the Astros and the Dodgers. And we'll start with a 21, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. First strikeout for Berenyi. He had 151 of them in 83. Next batter will be the first baseman, Alan Wiggins. 276 average and 22 RBIs in 83. Pitch from Berenyi, and that's a 13, and that's going to be an out. It's grounded to third, and that'll be picked up by Skeeter Barnes, and he's going to throw to first for the out, 2 down. And that will bring up this guy, right fielder, Tony Gwynn, Hall of Famer. Yes, one of the greatest of all time. Yes, a very young Tony Gwynn, and in my opinion, the best hitter I ever saw. And I hope you guys don't mind if I do say that. 309 average, a homer, 37 RBIs. A young Tony Gwynn at 23 years old. He was the best hitter I ever saw. Berenyi will go ahead and pitch. 11 and a 1 to 11 is a single. That's a 10 and it's a base hit. Gwynn will get a single, and he'll get a 2-out base knock for the Friars. Man on, and that will bring up the catcher, Terry Kennedy, 284 average, 17 homers, 98 RBIs. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Gwynn on at first. Pitch from Berenyi. 55, a 1 to 12 is a double. That's a 3, and it's going to be a double for Terry Kennedy. And that's going to be a double to center field. Gwynn's going to have to come, and from first to home, he holds, but with 2 outs, it's an assist chance. So Gwynn is going to, so Terry Kennedy is on second. Gwynn's trying for the plate. It's hit to center field. Center fielder is Eddie Milner. His assist rating is a 4. A 1 to 4. Gwynn is out. I'm sorry, wrong guy. And he is. Gwynn is thrown out at the plate, and the inning is over. Gwynn gets gunned down at home, so Kennedy gets credit for a double, but Gwynn is thrown out at the plate, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. And we go to the bottom of the first. Gwynn trying to get home there, but he is cut down by Eddie Milner. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres tonight is Ed Whitson. 5 wins, 7 losses, a 134 whip. He had a save. Ed Whitson is also going to be a pitcher tonight. Leading off for the Reds, the center fielder, Eddie Milner, 261 average, 9 homers, 33 RBIs. He got a big play to gun down Gwynn at the plate. Whitson will pitch. 13, that's an out. It's a hard line drive right into center field. That'll be gloved by Rupert Jones, and that is out number 1. Next up will be the left fielder, Gary Reedus, into temptation. He is a 247 average, 17 homers, 51 RBIs. Whitson will deal. 61, and that is going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. First strikeout for Whitson. He had 81 of them in 83. Not really a strikeout pitcher. And now the second baseman, Ron Oster, 264 average, 11 homers, 58 RBIs. Another great baseball name. XSG2 joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Pitch from Whitson. 26, it's a base hit. Oster will go ahead and hit one past first and into the outfield, and the Reds get their first base runner of the game. And here's the first baseman, Dan Dreesen, 277 average, 12 homers, 57 RBIs. 2 outs, Oster on at first. Whitson will pitch. 64, and that is going to be an out. It's hit into right field. And Tony Gwynn is going to measure that and get it and retire the side. No runs in a hit, no score after 1. In a very important game for the Padres, the Reds are just trying to play spoiler. I wanted to get the Padres on the board and give them another game on the board for board record in case of tiebreaker. Remember, board record is the first tiebreaker in my replay. Top of the second, leading off for the Padres, the center fielder, Rupert Jones, 233 average, 12 homers, 49 RBIs in 83. Berenyi will go ahead and pitch. 21, swing and a miss, struck him out. He'll get Jones. And that is the second K for Berenyi, 1 down. Next batter is the shortstop, Gary Templeton. Always felt Templeton was a solid player. 263 average, 3 homers, 40 RBIs that year. Pitch from Berenyi, and 35, and that is going to be an out, and it's grounded to short. Easy play there for Tom Foley, and he will toss it over for out number 2. And now the third baseman, Luis Salazar, 258 average, 14 homers, 45 RBIs. Pitch from Berenyi, 23, and that's a swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Third K for Berenyi, and 1, 2, 3 go the Friars. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Redlegs will be the right fielder, Paul Householder. 255 average, 6 homers, 43 RBIs in 83. Whitson will pitch. 16, that's an out. It's hit the center field. Easy play for Jones. And Jones will nab it for the out, 1 away. Next up is the third baseman, Skeeter Barnes. How can you not love a baseball name of Skeeter Barnes? How can you not love that? 206 average, a homer, 4 RBIs. Only had 34 at-bats in 83. The Reds are playing a hodgepodge lineup, of course, as they're late in the year, and they're already eliminated. They have 81 losses. They're already officially out. Whitson, 63, and that's going to be out. It's grounded to third. That's going to be a ground ball to third base, and that'll be handled by Salazar, and he'll toss it over for out number 2. Here's the catcher, Dan Billardello, 238 average, 9 homers, 38 RBIs. Johnny Bench is on the roster. He is just on the bench. Pitch from Whitson, 22. That's going to be out. It'll be a fly ball to left, and Bobby Brown will get to that, and he puts it away and retires a side. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. No score after 2. Both pitchers are an A pitcher tonight, so we could be close to the actual way the game went. It's one thing I do like about Fall Classic. If you're playing as-played lineups, yes, you could roll for how good the pitcher is going to be. But if you're playing as-played, I think it's a good idea to see how the actual game went and then formulate the pitchers to where they are. As far as postseason goes, I have not decided yet how to do the pitchers in the postseason. I will probably. I'm still working on that for Fall Classic, but we'll get to that when we get to the postseason. We go to the bottom of the third, or actually I should say top of the third, and it will be Juan Bonilla leading off for the Friars. He is at second base tonight. 237 average, 4 homers, 45 RBIs in 83. Berenyi, 61, and that is going to be an out. For Bonilla's card, it would be a strikeout, but Bonilla actually has an out here. So he didn't strike out as much, only struck out 40 times. So that's going to be an out, and that instead will be a grounder right up the middle back to Berenyi. It'll be a grounder to the pitcher, and Berenyi throws the first, 1 down. Here comes the pitcher, Ed Whitson, a 182 average and 3 RBIs. It's not bad for a pitcher batting. Berenyi will deal, and 11, and that's an out. It's hit the shallow right field. Paul Householder says he'll grab it, and he will near the line. That's out number 2. Here's Brown. Brown is 0 for 1. Berenyi, he'll pitch. 51, possible strikeout. The 12 says no. Now it's a possible error chance, and it's a possible error on the third baseman. So the ball is hit to third. That is Barnes. His error rating is a 13. His error rating is a 13. That's a 9. He'll make an error. He's going to bobble that and drop it, and Brown will be safe. It'll be a 1-base error, and that is an E5. First error on the Reds. They did have an error in the game historically. So Brown on at first after an error by Barnes. It'll now bring up Wiggins. Wiggins is 0 for 1. Brown on at first. They'll stay there. Berenyi looking in at Wiggins. And here comes the deal. 35, and that is going to be an out. It's a hard hit line drive right to right field. And that'll be taken by Householder. And it's a line out to right. The inning is over. Nothing across except an error. But the Padres couldn't capitalize on it. We'll go to the bottom of the third. I'm surprised. I guess Brian B. couldn't make it tonight. Leading off for the Reds is the shortstop, Tom Foley. 204 average, 9 RBIs, no homers in 83. Whitson, he'll pitch. 26 against a righty. It's a base hit. And Whitson is a righty. It's a single. So Foley will actually wind up with a leadoff hit. And the batter will be the pitcher, Bruce Berenyi. He's very capable of hitting. He has a 218 average, but he's going to go ahead and lay down the bunt. So Berenyi's going to bunt. So the red die determined. Let's find out what we do here for the bunt. So that is a 2. And Berenyi's sacrifice hit rating is a 5. So the 2, the bunt is laid down. It is good for a bunt. And let's see, that is hit at the catcher. The catcher for the Padres is Kennedy. He has an average arm, so there's not going to be any kind of adjustment. That's a 5, and that will be, and let's see, is it a good sacrifice bunt? And if greater, and lead runner is out. It is not. It's going to be a good bunt. So Foley will get to second base, and Berenyi is out at first for out number 1. So a nice sacrifice bunt by Berenyi to move Foley into scoring position. So that's a sacrifice hit to the catcher. And here's Milner. Milner is 0 for 1. 1 out. Bottom of the third. No score. Padres and Reds. Whitson will pitch. 25. That's going to be an out. And with a runner on second base. And that is going to be a ground ball to first base. Runner on second goes to third. So handled there easily by Wiggins. He'll take it to the bag himself. And Foley will go to third base, and that's out number 2. That'll bring up Ritas not into temptation. And Ritas is 0 for 1. 2 outs, runner at third for the Reds. Whitson will go ahead and deal to Ritas. 14, strikeout, 1-9. That's a 12. It's not going to be a strikeout, but it is going to be an out. And that's going to be popped up. And calling for it is the second baseman, Bonilla. And he's going to make the play and retire the side. No runs in a hit for the Reds. No score after 3. We go to the top of the 4th. Berenyi back on the mound. And here comes Mr. Tony Gwynn. He got a base hit his first time up. Berenyi will pitch. And 63. And that's actually going to be a strikeout. He only struck out 21 times. 63 will get him. That is a K on Gwynn. So Gwynn goes down on strikes, and that is strikeout number 4. And that is a rare strikeout on Gwynn. He doesn't strike out much. How good was Tony Gwynn? Out of 4,300 plate appearances, he has a 5% chance of striking out. That is a ridiculous stat. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy got a double his first time up. Berenyi will pitch. And 54, that's off the 54 chart. Base is empty. It's going to be a single to left field. Now roll versus error rating for an extra base. So that ball is hit to left field. Left fielder is Ritas. His error rating is an 8. That is an 8. And Kennedy's going to be safe at second. A bad play by the left fielder Ritas, and the Padres have a man on second. So that is a single and an E7. And that is the second error on the Reds. So a big-time error there by Reedus. And Kennedy winds up at second. Here comes Jones. Jones is 0 for 2. Berenyi looking on his defense and saying, hey, come on, guys. Can't we just play a little baseball tonight? Berenyi will pitch to Jones. 56, and that's a K. Struck him out. Fifth strikeout for Berenyi, 2 down. He gets another big K. And now here's Templeton. Templeton is 0 for 1. Fans here, Riverfront, would still like to see a nice Reds win here against the Friars. Berenyi will go ahead and pitch. 22, single 1 to 12. That's a 16. That's going to be a strikeout, and the inning is over. And Berenyi strikes out the side. No runs and a hit and 1 error. But he does strike out the side. That's the 6th K for Berenyi. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. No score here. If batter wouldn't have K'd there. Yep, exactly. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. And it will be Ron Oster. And Oster is actually got a base hit his first time up. So Oster will go ahead and pitch. 54, that's off the 54 chart. And it says bases empty, go to Wilder chart. So now we'll go to the Wilder chart. Strike 3, catcher drops ball. Throws runner out at first unless batter's run rating is F. Then roll versus catcher rating for a wild throw. Batter to second. Well, Oster does have a fast runner. And he is not out. So now you got to roll the catcher's rating for a wild throw. Catcher for the Padres is Kennedy. His error rating is only a 1. He will not make an error, but Oster is safe. So a batter strike, a drop strike 3 allows Oster to reach first. How about that? And I guess that's classed as a field. I don't know. I forget how they score that. I know they score it as a strikeout, but that's not an out. So I guess they call that a fielder's choice in that occasion. I'm not 100% sure. But Oster's on first. As he drops a strikeout, here's Dreesen. Dreesen is 0 for 1. Oster on it first, no score, bottom of the 4th. Whitson, 43, and that's going to be an out. And it will be a ground out to second. Fielder's choice at second, fast runner safe at second. Oster is a fast runner. He'll make it to second, which means the throw goes to first for the out. So it's 1 down. As Dreesen is out of there. Oster does has very good speed. So that will be a grounder to second base. So 1 KE2. But it wasn't an error, though, I don't think, right? It wasn't. Is it an error if it's a drop strike 3? So if that is a strikeout in E1, so I guess I'll make it an error there instead. So that'll be an error on the Padres. All right. I'll go with or a pass ball. I'm not sure, but I don't know. But anyway, it's okay. Oster on at second. We followed the game right. Here's Householder. Householder is 0 for 1. Oster on at second. 1 out here, bottom of the 4th. Pitch from Whitson. 33, a 1 to 10's a single. That is a 10. It's a base hit for Householder. And that's going to be a base hit to right field. Second to home, fast average runner scores. Well, Oster will come around from second. He will score, and the Reds have a 1-0 lead. So the Reds are first to break through here, as Householder will get an RBI single and put the Reds on the board. So Householder gets the hit. It'll now bring up Barnes. Barnes is 0 for 1. 1 out, but now 1-0 Reds. Whitson will pitch, and Whitson will deal, and that's a 62, and that's going to be an out. That is going to be an out, and it's a line drive right to left field, hit too hard. Householder has to stay where he is, and that's out number 2. It is a line out to left, 2 away. And now here's Billardello. Billardello is 0 for 1. Captain Carl H joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. So 2 outs. Householder on at first, 1-0 Reds. Whitson with the pitch. 25, that's going to be an out. It's a ground ball to third, easily picked up there by Salazar. He's going to throw to second to get Householder, and the inning will end there. 1 run on 1 hit, and I guess it's an error. I guess we'll call it an error. And it is 1-0 after 4. I guess we'll call it an error. I got to really find out how that is scored. But I will find out when I do. We go to the top of the 5th. Luis Salazar leads off for the Padres, and he's 0 for 1. Berenyi, Padres need this game. The Reds don't. It's meaningless for the Reds. Padres 1 game over 500, but they are a half game back of the Astros for 3rd and only a game back of the Dodgers for 2nd. Berenyi, 43, and that's ball 4. He'll walk him. Berenyi will give up a walk, and that is the first base on balls he's given up. So Salazar trots to first. Here comes Bonilla. Bonilla's 0 for 1. Salazar on it first. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, MLC. I guess you can call it a pass ball. I have to check it. But yeah, it's still unearned. I agree. So Salazar on it first. Berenyi will pitch. 43, and that's ball 4 again. He walked him. So now Berenyi has given up 2 straight walks in a row. It'll bring up the pitcher, Whitson. Does Whitson bunt here with runners at first and second? I think he swings, but I don't know. I think he bunts. I guess Whitson will lay down the bunt. Whitson's going to lay down the bunt. Runners at first and second, so let's see how the bunt goes. Whitson's sacrifice hit rating is a 5. So the 3 is good and the 4 is good, so that's going to be handled. That's going to be taken by the first baseman, Dreesen. He has an average arm that will not bring it. That's going to be a successful sacrifice hit. So Salazar will go to 3rd, Bonilla to 2nd. Whitson is out as it's taken there by Dreesen, who throws to Berenyi to get the out. It's 1 away. So runners move up. The batter now is Brown with runners at 2nd and 3rd on the sacrifice hit to the first baseman. Brown is 0 for 2, but reached on an error. And the Reds are going to call the infield in. Why not? So Salazar and Bonilla on. Berenyi will pitch to Brown. 61, swing and a miss. Struck him out. Big K by Berenyi. And he is dealing good today. That's his 7th strikeout. 2 down. Big strikeout on Brown. It'll now bring up Wiggins. Wiggins is 0 for 2. Fans here at the stadium in front of the river would like to see the Reds get a win. Berenyi will pitch. 31. Now that's a range play, 31. Automatic, as I call it, was a house rule. So that would be a single, but it's a range play going to first base. With 2 outs, this would be a 2-base single. So it's a range play to first base, and that is Dreesen. Dreesen heading for it. His range is a 7. Nope, that's going to be a base hit for Wiggins. Wiggins will hit it right past him. It'll be a base hit. Salazar will score. Bonilla will score. It's 2-1 Padres. Stadium groans. So that'll be a single for Wiggins as he'll get a couple of runs in for the Friars. And that is 2 RBIs for him. And the batter will be Gwynn. Gwynn is 1 for 2. 2 outs here, but now the Padres have a 2-1 lead. Berenyi, he'll go ahead and deal. 23, and that's an out. And that will be a pop. That will be popped up to first. Dreesen says he'll get it in foul territory. And then it moves into fair territory, but he will make the catch anyway. 2 runs, 1 hit, a sacrifice, and a couple of walks. 2-1, we go to the bottom of the 5th. And you can see how a little better I am with Fall Classic because I'm now really getting to understand the mechanics a bit. Bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Red Stockings will be Tom Foley. He got a base hit his first time up. Whitson, he'll deal. 13, that's going to be an out. It's going to be a ground ball hit to third base. Taken care of there by Salazar. And he throws to first for out number 1. Here's Berenyi. Berenyi, a capable hitter, though. Berenyi had a 218 average. He'll hit. Pitch from Whitson. 11, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is going to be the second strikeout for Whitson, 2 away. As Berenyi goes down on 3 across the plate. And here comes Milner. Milner is 0 for 2. Whitson, he'll pitch. 25, that's an out. It's a ground ball hit to third. Picked up there by Salazar. And he'll take it and throw it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. 2-1 after 5. With both these pitchers being A pitchers tonight, not surprising that we have this kind of game. On our way to the 6th inning, both Berenyi can pitch to 29 and Whitson can pitch to 27. Leading off for the Friars will be Terry Kennedy. He's 2 for 2, a double and a single. He got an extra base on an error. Berenyi will pitch. 33, base hit. Kennedy will hit one right past second base. And that will be Kennedy's 3rd hit of the game. Next batter is Jones. Kennedy on it first. Berenyi will pitch. 33, that's a walk. That is going to be ball 4. And now Berenyi, once again, the Reds are in a little bit of trouble here. And that is the 3rd walk given up by Berenyi as Jones coked it. He had 35 walks that year. And here's Templeton. Templeton 0 for 2. 2-1 Padres. Padres need the game. The Reds are already eliminated. Berenyi will pitch. 36, and that is going to be an out. With runners on base, it's going to be a fly out to center field. 2nd to 3rd, super fast runner advances. Kennedy is a slow runner. He's mud. He'll stay where he is, and that's going to be the first out. So fly out to center. And now here's Salazar. Salazar is 0 for 1 with a walk. Berenyi, let's go ahead and deal. And 55, a 1-4 is a double. That's a 19. It's going to be a base hit for Salazar. And that's going to be a base hit to center field. 2nd to first, 2nd to home scores. So Kennedy will come around and score. He will score. Fast runner goes from 1st to 3rd. Jones will go to 3rd. Salazar to 1st. It's an RBI single by Salazar. 3-1 Padres. Stadium groans. Salazar picks up an RBI now with the Padres leading 3-1. Here comes Bonilla. Bonilla is 0 for 1 with a walk. Bonilla does hit into double plays. They're going to call the infield back and try to turn it. 1 out here. Top of the 6th, 3-1 Friars. Berenyi will go ahead and pitch. And 53, possible strikeout. The 15 is a no. Now it's a range play. And that's going to be a range play for the 3rd baseman. So it's a range play to 3rd, and that is Barnes. Barnes wasn't too good. His range is a 3. And he's not going to get it. That's going to be a base hit and a one-base single. Jones will score. Salazar goes to second. Bonilla on at first. And it's now 4-1 Padres. Stadium groans. Actually, batter safe at first. Runners advance 2 bases. So Salazar actually goes to third. RBI single by Juan Bonilla, now 4-1 Friars. And here comes Whitson. He'll bat. Whitson is 0 for 2. 1 out here. Top of the 6th. Now 4-1 Padres. Berenyi running out of runners here. Salazar on at third. Bonilla on at first. Now the Reds are going to call the infield in with Whitson there. Berenyi will pitch. 36, and that is going to be an out. And it is a ground out to the pitcher. First and third double. Now, first and third would be a double play. 1-6-3. Pitcher weak arm only gets fielder's choice at second. Berenyi has a strong arm. That's going to be a 1-6-3 double play, and the inning is going to end there. 1-6-3 double play, and the side is retired. Even with the infield in, they get that. So that's going to be good there. So 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk. It's 4-1 Friars now going to the bottom of the 6th. Is everybody enjoying the game? I would like to know because the chat has not moved. So I'd like to make sure that everybody is here and enjoying the game. I know you guys don't always have to post something. That's okay. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me and everything is good. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Natty will be Gary Redus, and he's 0 for 2. Whitson, still got plenty left in the tank. Pitch from Whitson, and 61, swing and a miss, struck him out. Redus will go down on K's. That's the 3rd strikeout for Whitson, 1 away. Next batter is Oster. Oster 1 for 1, a single, and got a single up there his first time up. Whitson will pitch. 42, and that's an out. It's a ground ball to third. Barnes got it, and he will toss it over for out number 2. And now here's Dreesen. Dreesen is 0 for 2. Devil 9 GLA joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Just making sure anybody's there. I know this might not be a game a lot of people are interested in. I understand that. It's the Padres and the Reds. I get it. Whitson will deal. 53, possible strikeout. The 18 is no. Now it's a range play. And that's going to be a range play for the shortstop. Shortstop for the Padres is Templeton. He wasn't too bad. His range is an 8. And he's got it. What a play by Templeton. He takes it, throws to first, and gets the out and retires aside. Great play by Templeton as he just got it. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. 4-1 after 6. I do other stuff in the background while listening. That is okay, guys. I just hope everybody's enjoying the game. Moving fast here so far in this game. And as I said, Fall Classic can go pretty quick if you get the mechanics down right. We go to the top of the 7th, 4-1 Padres. Bobby Brown will lead off. He is 0 for 3, but reached on another. Berenyi has 2 more batters he can face before he tires. They're going to let him pitch. And Berenyi will go ahead and deal. 35, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. And getting that is Householder. Drifts a little bit towards the line, but he'll make the catch. 1 out. Here's Wiggins. Wiggins got a 2 RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Berenyi. 44 base hit for Wiggins. He gets a single and a possible steal. So Wiggins gets his second hit of the game. And now the batter is Gwynn, and that's going to be it for Berenyi. He is tired. They will take him out. So the Reds are going to go to the bullpen with a couple of lefties coming up here with Gwynn. So let's see who the Reds are going to bring out the pitch, and it is going to be coming on to pitch for the Reds will be Bill Shearer. 2 wins, 3 losses, 10 saves, a 115 whip. And he's going to be an A pitcher too. So Bill Shearer will be an A pitcher. And we'll see how he does here. So here comes Shearer. He can pitch to 8. So Shearer will go ahead and pitch to Gwynn here. Yeah, typical Berenyi start. He did pretty good. He actually wasn't too bad. Berenyi, of course, would find himself on the New York Mets in 1986. But he doesn't get credit for winning the World Series. He was not on that team. I think he was not on that team long. Berenyi was a Met in 86, too. Wiggins on early in the season. Wiggins on at first. Wiggins did get the steal sign. Let's see if he's good. And he got a lot of stolen bases. Yeah, I got to try to steal him. So let's try the steal. Shearer has an average arm, and he is a lefty. So a 1-3, Wiggins does not get the jump. It is a 3. He does not. He'll stay at first. Pitch from Shearer. 34, and that is going to be an out. And with a runner on first, that's going to be a ground out to second base, and runner advances to second. So there's going to be a grounder to second. The only play he had was to first. Wiggins, with very fast speed, will get there, and that is out number 2. 2 away now. Here's Kennedy. And Kennedy is 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double tonight. Wiggins on at second. Shearer will pitch to Kennedy. 2 outs. A chance for the Padres to maybe get more. Pitch on the way. 33. It's a base hit for Terry Kennedy, and he's going to be 4 for 4. Base hit to left field. Second to home. Weak arm advances. Average or strong arm, it's a risk. Well, the left fielder is Reedus. He has an average arm. And Wiggins, I think, let's see if he takes the risk. Let's see if he takes the risk. He doesn't. He'll hold at third. Wiggins will hold at third base. He will not take the risk. So Kennedy gets to first. And it's a base hit. Kennedy, 4 for 4 tonight. What a night for Kennedy. He did have a 284 average. So right now, Kennedy's getting it done. And here comes Jones. Jones is 0 for 2. Might have to start bringing in some of the main players for the Padres here, as now we're in the 7th inning. And let's see, Rupert Jones, that might not be a bad idea. Jones is at center field, 233 average. Let's see what the Padres want to do here. Do you want to start bringing in some hitters here? You know what? The answer is no. The bench for the Padres, not that good. Not that good. Jones is going to hit. 2 outs. Shearer will pitch to Jones. 45, and that's going to be an out. And that is going to be a pop. That's going to be popped up. And getting for it is the third baseman, Barnes. He's in fair territory, but he's got it. And the inning is over. No runs on 2 hits. Padres had a chance, but couldn't bring them in. But they have a 4-1 lead here. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. The final week of the 1983 season will begin on Friday. There will be no baseball tomorrow night, but I don't know what game we're going to play yet, because now as we go into the final week, I usually ask you guys what games you might want to see in the final week of the regular season. So after the 10-minute ticker, we will choose from now on, we will choose a game to play for the next day of the final week. So don't go away, guys. You guys are going to help me choose the next game on the board. The Friday game will be inside pitch. So let's see how it goes. We'll see what happens after 10-minute ticker, as you guys will help me choose the games now for until the rest of the regular season. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Padres lead 4-1 as Dice Baseball Digest. Tony Porter joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. So 4-1 in favor of the Padres. Whitson still has some in the tank. He'll bat. He'll pitch. And leading off for the Reds is going to be Paul Householder. He is 1 for 2, and he's going to bat. Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike joins us here at the stadium in front of the river. Whitson will pitch. 61, swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the 4th K for Whitson. 1 down. Next batter is Barnes, but now we're going to start seeing the Reds bring in some batters. Barnes is a third baseman, so they're going to, let's see who they're going to bring on to bat for him. And they're going to go with, coming on to pinch hit for Barnes and now take over at third is going to be Nick Asaski. 265 average, 12 homers, 46 RBIs, and 83. So Barnes is done. And now Asaski will take over at third. The one rule I do use, however, when trading out hodgepodge players for main starters, I usually trade them at the position they are in. I usually do that later in the season. And Asaski is a 7W8. So Nick Asaski will pinch hit against Whitson. 1 out here, bottom of the 7th. Whitson will go ahead and pitch. 5 walks, 11 Ks, 5 walks, huh? Well, does that 5 walks by Nolan Ryan? And that's what, 1974? We all know Ryan had no control. Whitson, 21, swing and a miss, struck him out. He got Asaski. That's a 5th K for Whitson. 2 down. He's having a good game tonight. And now the catcher, Dan Billardillo. He did play over 109 games. I'm going to let him bat. So Whitson will go ahead against Billardillo. Bottom of the 7th here. Whitson, 33, and a 1-19 is a single. A 10-18 is a single. That's an 8. It's a base hit. Billardillo gets the steal sign, too. So Billardillo will get a 2-out base knock. It'll bring up Foley, but with 2 outs and down 3 runs, they're not sending Billardillo. He'll stay put. Foley is 1 for 2. Foley is the shortstop, batting .204. So they're going to go ahead and take him out. And coming on to pinch hit and take over at shortstop will be Dave Concepcion. 233 average, a homer, and 47 RBIs. So Foley is done. We'll take him off the board. And Concepcion will come on and play short. And he is a 12A4. So Dave Concepcion will bat against Whitson. Yes, he did get better in the 80s. That is true. Nolan Ryan, greatest pitcher of all time to not win a Cy Young Award. Whitson will pitch. 15, that's an out. That is going to be an out. It's popped up. It's a pop fly ball to third. And that'll be Salazar getting to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Reds. 4-1 Friars after 7. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Shearer will stay on the mound. And leading off will be Gary Templeton. And Templeton is 0 for 3. So Shearer will stay on the mound for the Reds. Why not? So 4-1. Here comes the pitch from Shearer. 24. That's going to be an out. It's grounded to short. Concepcion will get to that. And he'll throw it over out number 1. Next up is Salazar. Salazar 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Shearer, he'll go ahead and deal. 32, and that's going to be an out. It's grounded to third. Asaski will get that, take his time, toss it over. It's in the dirt, but Dreesen gets it out, 2 away. And now Bonilla. Bonilla's 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Shearer looking in on the Reds. Fans here, Riverfront, would still like to see maybe the Reds make a move. Shearer will pitch. 43, and that is an out, and it's a grounder to second base. An easy play there for Oster, and he'll toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Padres, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Whitson will be tired after the next batter, but he's an A pitcher tonight, and he's going to pitch. We'll see a pinch hitter, though, for Bill Shearer. He's done. And the Reds will go to the bench. And they're going to go ahead with Dwayne Walker. 236 average, 2 homers, 29 RBIs in 83. So Dwayne Walker goes up against Whitson here. So bottom of the 8th, 4-1 Padres. The Padres need the game. The Reds don't. The Padres won a half game back of Houston for third, 1 game back of the Dodgers for second. We still have 2 days of 10-minute ticker to do. Whitson, 61, swing and a miss, struck him out. He will get Walker. And Whitson having a career day strikeout-wise. That's a 6K. Next batter is Milner. Milner is 0 for 3. Milner will bat. Whitson will deal. And 61, got him, swing and a miss, struck him out. Another strikeout for Whitson. That's his 7th. As Milner goes down on strikes. And now here's Reedus. He'll bat. Reedus is 0 for 3. What a job by Ed Whitson tonight. The Reds historically won this game 3-2, and the Padres lead 4-1. So far, 5 runs were scored in both games. Whitson looking in on Reedus. Whitson is tired, but they say he can go. Pitch from Whitson. 65, possible home run, 1-17. Reedus is nothing. That's a 10, and that ball is gone. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Gary Reedus. Solo bomb for Reedus. And it is now 4-2. And it now drops Whitson now down to a B pitcher. And now the batter is Oster. And I think if you're the Friars, question is, do you go to the bullpen now? Although the pitcher is due to bat first in the 9th. Let's see what the Friars want to do here. The closer for the Padres that year was De Leon. Or for this game was De Leon. He's the closer for the game. You also have Sid Monge. You have Mark Thurman. Well, we got Lucas too. Got Gary Lucas. They're going to let Whitson pitch another batter. So Whitson is now a B pitcher. And now Oster will deal with him. Still 2 outs, but now it's 4-2. Oster is 1 for 3. He's got a single and reached on a fielder's choice. Whitson says, let me try again. Pitch. 16. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Whitson strikes out the side. That's his 8th K. But 1 run on 1 hit for the Reds. 4-2 Padres after 8. We go to the 9th. We'll see a pinch hitter for Ed Whitson. He will be done. Reds are going to go to the bullpen. And let's see what they're going to bring out here. And it will be... Who's going to come out to pitch? Who do we bring out to pitch? 4 wins, 5 wins, 9 wins. Coming on to pitch. Well, can't be him. I don't want to bring in a close starter. We will go with. I wonder who we go with. Oh, let's. We'll go with him. Coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Ted Power. 5 wins, 6 losses, 2 saves, a 152 whip. And he's going to be a B pitcher. So Power will be a B. End of the night's game, we'll see a pinch hitter for Ed Whitson as he did his job. Did a heck of a job tonight. And we'll see who the Padres want to go up against him. And it will be Gene Richards. 275 average, 3 homers, 22 RBIs. So Gene Richards will pinch hit against Power. Top of the 9th, 4-2. Power will go ahead and pitch. 41, and that's ball 4. He walked him. So Ted Power winds up being, again, one of the network relief pitchers. The first thing you do is walk or give up a hit, and that is a walk. So Richards will trot to first, and now the batter is Brown. Brown is 0 for 4, but he reached on an error. Richards draws the walk. Power will pitch. 53, possible strikeout. 13 is a no. Now it's a range play, and that is that's a range play to center. Ball is hit to center field. Milner going after that. He wasn't too bad. His range is a 12. But he won't get it. It's going to be a base hit. It'll drop in front of him. Richards is going to hold it second. It's only going to be a 1-base single. So a tough play there from Milner. He couldn't get to it. And now here's Wiggins. Wiggins is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Nobody out, top of the 9th. Ted Power coming on to pitch for the Reds. And right now, he can't get anybody out. Power will go ahead and pitch. 64, and that will be an out. And it's going to be a ground out to second base. Runners at first and second. Runners advanced. Runners advanced. Slow runner out at second. Bobby Brown is an average runner, so the runner is going to be out at first. So Richards to third, Brown to second, Wiggins out at first, 1 out. So the runners move up on the ground out to second, and now the batter is Gwynn. And the thing about Gwynn, do you pitch to Gwynn, who's 1 for 4, or do you pitch to Kennedy, who's 4 for 4 tonight? They're going to call the infield in, and they're going to pitch to Gwynn here. 4-2, top of the 9th for the Friars. Power looking in here against Gwynn. Fans here, Riverfront, hoping Power can get it done. 35, and he is a B pitcher. That's going to be a base hit for Tony Gwynn. It's a single. And that's going to be a base hit to right field. Richards will score. Second to home, faster average runner scores. Brown will score. Gwynn to first. It's a 2 RBI single for Gwynn. 6-2 Padres. Stadium groans. So 2 RBIs for Gwynn. That's a second hit of the game. And the Padres now have a 6-2 lead, and the fans here at Riverfront are beginning to make their way towards the exits. And still 1 out here. And here's Kennedy. Kennedy is 4 for 4, 3 singles and a double. Can he get another hit? The question is Power going to stay out there? And I don't know if he does. And you know what? No, that's going to be it for Power. He is done. The Reds are going to go to the bullpen once again. And coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Ben Hayes. 4 wins, 6 losses, 7 saves. Reds bullpen was not good. Hayes will be the 4th Reds pitcher, and he's going to be a B. So Ben Hayes will be a B pitcher, as he will now pitch here for the Reds. 6-2 now for the Padres. Hayes will pitch. 23, struck him out. He gets a big K. And that is the first strike. Hayes had 44 of them, and that is out number 2. And now here's Jones. Jones is 0 for 3, but he walked once. Gwynn still on at first. Hayes will deal. And 45, and let's see, he's a B pitcher, and that's going to be an out. It's a fly ball to center field, and Milner will get to that one. He will make the catch and retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, and a walk. So the Padres get 2 insurance runs. They now lead 6-2. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Dan Dreesen leads off for the Reds. He will bat. He is 0 for 3. Padres need a pitcher. And it is a 4-run lead, though. And I think they're going to go with the closer. So coming on to pitch for the Padres will be Gary Lucas. 5 wins, 8 losses, 17 saves, a 131 whip. And he's going to be a B pitcher as well. So Lucas is a B. He will come in and try to close the deal and try to get the Padres back pretty much right in the thick of this here. So 6-2 Padres, bottom of the 9th. Dreesen will bat. 41, and what does he do, of course? It's a walk, ball 4, and Dreesen walks to first. So Lucas gives up the leadoff walk, of course, as I always do. And now the batter is Householder. He's going to bat as well. Dreesen on it first. Lucas sets up against Householder. 36. Now that is going to be an out. And with a runner on base, it's going to be a ground out to second base. Fielder's choice at second. Strong arm shortstop turn to double play. Templeton is an average arm. It'll be a fielder's choice. So Dreesen out at second. Householder takes first. There's 1 out. The next batter will be Asaski, and he's 0 for 1 since coming in to play third base. Householder on it first, 1 out, 6-2. Lucas, he'll go ahead and deal. 43, and that's going to be an out. And it's going to be a line out right to first base. We're going to take the die here, or line out to third, or refer to original die roll. And the die roll is a 3, and a line out to first base. It's out number 2. Householder gets back. So Wasaski lines out to first, and now 2 away. And the last chance for the Reds is Dan Billardello, but they're going to call him back just so I can go ahead and bring out the big guy. Here comes Johnny Bench. 255 average, 12 homers, 54 RBIs. Johnny Bench, is he the greatest catcher in baseball history? You could make an argument for it. Here comes Bench. He will pinch hit for Billardello. He'll take over at catcher if necessary. So Lucas will pitch to Bench, 2 outs. Householder on it first. Bench can still hit the long ball here in 1983. Lucas will set it up, and he will pitch. 53, strikeout, 8, no. It's a range play. And that's going to be a range play to shortstop, possible infield single. That ball is hit to Templeton. His range is an 8. He's got it. Templeton makes a great play, takes his time, pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. The Padres will knock off the Reds tonight, 6-2. Stadium groans. Nothing across except the walk. The Padres will get a win tonight, and that will move them to 78 and 76. The Reds dropped to 72 and 82. They were already eliminated with the 81 losses. So that will be a big win for the Padres tonight in a game they historically lost. So they get this win here. Now we'll see what 10-minute ticker does for the National League West. Final line score coming up. For the Padres, 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For the Reds, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Ed Whitson, who'll get the W. Bruce Berenyi takes a tough loss. Gary Lucas winds up with doesn't really get a save. Actually, the tying run was in the hole, so I'm going to give him a save anyway. So a nice play there by Lucas, and that is our last game of the pennant race. But 10-minute ticker is up next. Don't go away, people. Because I need you guys to help me choose a game. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So let's see how the rest of the majors does. The Padres get a 6-2 win over the Reds. Let's now take a look and check out the rest of the day. White Sox at the Angels. The White Sox have already clinched the American League West. They're going to be the number 2 seed. I don't see them they're not going to catch the Yankees. The Yankees are going to probably be the number 1 seed overall. The Angels are 74 and 80. A loss here by the Angels, they are officially out. White Sox 13.55, and that is 7. Angels 9.14, that is 1. That's a win for the White Sox. The Angels now have 81 losses. The Angels are out. Boston at Detroit. The Tigers have a 1-game lead on Milwaukee for 3rd in the American League East. The Red Sox are already eliminated. Boston 10.41, that is 4. Tigers 14.51, and that is 6. And that's a win for the Tigers. Minnesota at Kansas City. Both teams are out. Twins 9.45, that is 5. Royals 16.45, that is 6. A win for the Royals. Baltimore at Milwaukee. The Brewers were 1 game back of Detroit. The Orioles are 7.5 back of the Yankees. The magic number for the Yankees is 3 to win the division. Baltimore 0.34, that is 2. Brewers 19.35, and that is 5. The Brewers will stay 1 game back of Detroit, and now the Yankees, their magic number is 2. Cleveland at the Yankees. Yankees a chance to get their magic number to 1. Indians 4.26, that is 2. Yankees 15.43, that is 5. Their magic number is now 1 to clinch the American League East. and probably, I believe, home field. And the Yankees, by the way, that gives them 100 wins for the year. I cannot believe the Yankees got 100 wins for 1983. What a strange year. But it's the 80s. The Yankees in the 80s always do well. They always do well. Toronto at Oakland. The Blue Jays right now, in my opinion, are out of it. Oakland is 2 games under 500. Blue Jays 1465, that is 9. Athletics 1141, that is 4. That's a tough loss for the A's. They now go to 79 losses. Seattle at Texas. The Rangers are at 500. A win here, they get above it. Mariners 021, that's 1. Rangers 1064, that is 8. And the Rangers are now officially in the playoff hunt once again because they are above 500 and in second. Dodgers and the Braves. The Braves have already clinched the National League West. The Braves, however, are 1 game back of Montreal for the number 1 seed in the National League. The Dodgers are in second place, but they only have a half-game lead on the Astros for third. Dodgers 456, that is 5. Braves 546, and that is 4. And the Dodgers get a big win. Mets and the Cubs. Both teams are out. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 1255, and that is 6. Cubs 745, and that's 4. And my Mets are going to make a big 20 wins in a row. Well, no, they're not. But we do get a happy recap. Giants and the Astros. The Astros are 2 games above 500 and now pretty much tied with the Padres for third. Giants 924, that is 3. Astros 1061, that is 7. And the Astros will stay in third place. Pirates and the Expos. The Pirates, they have 79 losses. They're 4 games under 500. The Expos have a 1-game lead on the Phillies. Pirates 312, that's 0. Expos 655, and that is 5. And the Expos will stay on top so far. Phillies and the Cardinals. Phillies 1022, and that is 2. Cardinals 1335, and that is 4. And that means now the Phillies will now drop to 2 games back of the Expos. On to September 25th, White Sox at the Angels. The Angels are now out. White Sox 1711, that is 1. Angels 865, that is 8, and it's a win for the Halos. Boston at Detroit. Detroit staying in third. Red Sox 034, that is 2. Tigers 1244, and that is 5. The Tigers will at least stay where they're at. Minnesota at Kansas City. Twins 1626, and that is 4. Royals 716, that is 2. A win for the Twins. Baltimore at Milwaukee. If the Orioles lose this game, the Yankees are the American League East champions. Baltimore 1536, and that is 5. Brewers 913, that is 1. The Brewers do lose, which means they're now 2 back of the Tigers for third place. Now, can the Yankees win the division on their own? Cleveland and the Yankees. If the Yankees win, they are the AL East champions. Indians 423, and that is 2. Yankees 2536, that is 6. And your New York Yankees are the 1983 American League East champions. Go figure that one out. Toronto at Oakland. Athletics are now back to 3 games under 500. Toronto 1313, that is 1. Athletics 412, that's 0. Ouch. The Athletics are now 4 under 500. Seattle at Texas. The Rangers are a game above 500. Mariners minus 315, that's 0. Rangers 952, and that is 5. The Rangers, 2 games above 500, and now in second place. They are right now the number 5 seed in the American League. If we have 5 teams, there will be a wild card game, at least one. Dodgers and the Braves. Dodgers still trying to stay in second. Dodgers 312, that is 0. Braves 623, and that is 2. And the Dodgers will take a loss. Mets and the Cubs. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 955, that is 6. Cubs 2452, and that is 8. Nope. No win for my Mets. Padres and the Reds. Padres now with the win tonight. 2 games above 500, still chasing the Astros. Padres 1526, and that is 4. Reds 463, and that is 6. That game belongs to the Reds. Giants and the Astros. Giants and the Astros. The Astros now a chance to now take a game-and-a-half lead on the Padres. Giants 561, that is 6. Astros 046, that is 3. And the Astros are only going to stay a half game ahead of the Padres. Pirates and the Expos. The Pirates now have 80 losses. If Pittsburgh loses this game to Montreal, the Pirates will have 81 losses. They will be out. Pirates 712, that's 0. Expos 713, that's 1. The Expos get another game ahead, half game ahead of the Phillies. The Pittsburgh Pirates are out. Philadelphia and the Cardinals. Phillies got to win this game to stay with Montreal. Phillies 943, that is 4. Cardinals 845, that's 5. And the Expos get another full half game ahead of the Phillies and now have a 3-game lead in that division approaching the final week. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always Friday. It is now time to choose our game for Friday, September 26th. There will be no baseball tomorrow night. So the question is, what games are we looking at? Well, Toronto and California, no. Both these teams are pretty much done. Cleveland and the Yankees, no. The Yankees have already clinched the division, and they're going to be the number 1 seed overall, so no. Kansas City, Seattle, no. Giants and the Braves, no, because the Braves have already clinched the division. The Giants are out. Phillies and the Cubs, maybe, but the Phillies are running. But the Phillies, however, okay, are 3 games back. So I'm going to say a maybe. Dodgers, I'm going to say a maybe here. Dodgers and the Reds. The Dodgers are in second place, but the Reds are out of it. I'm going to say, and that's important though, I'm going to say no. Padres and the Reds, I would have to say, I'm going to probably say this is it. Montreal and the Cardinals, no. So we're going to stay with the Padres for another game. So our game on September 26th will be at the Astrodome. The San Diego Padres take on the Houston Astros. The Padres are still a half game back of the Astros for third. You got to get in there. It's a big game. Eric Shaw will be going for the Padres, and Mike Madden will be going for the Astros. It's going to be a heck of a game, I think, Friday night, and it's going to be great. Friars and Stros, Padres, Shaw and Madden. It will be inside pitch, and we'll see it tomorrow on Friday night. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I will post the standings, by the way, going in the final week. The final week standings will be posted in the Facebook group. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys Friday night. The pennant race is over. The final week is about to begin, and the Padres go to Riverfront Stadium and beat the Reds 6-2. We'll see you guys Friday night. The final week is next.